Welcome to this life that's going to be about the mystery of life and about raising the bar in your life. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know how is the internet. How can you hear me? Can you hear me and see me well? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for plugging in. It's going to be about all the things. So let's start with a transmission. Let's start with the energy of today. Let's start with some activations. Let's start with the questions you might have right now. And I love to serve. So if there's anything you'd like to speak me on, I'm right here. Just put it in the comments. I'd love to give you my feedback. Perfect. Amazing. I'm so happy because it didn't look well, the internet. So I'm happy. Thank you for your feedback. All right. So we're going to start off like that. Transmission, activation, your questions. I then will talk about my mystery offer. And then I'm going to talk again about like the account and like the English and German. So you have the clarity around all of that. Okay, let's start. So here we are today, Lionsgate. It's 8/8, August 8th. And it's this fiery energy. This fiery energy that wants us to understand, what's available for us, where we can level up, where we can really turn on or be turned on by life and find or evoke the fire within. For our next steps, for our next level, for more pleasure, for more acceptance, self-acceptance, so whatever it may be for you. So in this moment, however, like even if you are gonna watch this later, this is still always a topic that's so amazing to plug into and such an amazing intention. So if you can, close your eyes, take a deep breath in and out your nose or your mouth out, and then feel into your heart. If you want, you can put your hand on your heart and plug into that energy of what's alive inside of you. And then where would you like to be turned on? Where would you like more fire in your life? Where and what about is it that you'd like to feel turned on? Like if you could switch something, if you could hit a button, if you could higher the volume, if there could be more energy, more fire, more courage, feel into it. What would you want to experience? What would you want to do? What would you like to embody? Feel into that for a few moments. Now, leave your eyes closed if possible, and then feel into this. Anything we experience and achieve comes with the identity that we embody. So, if you're clear on what it is that you would like to turn your volume up, if you are clear on where you would like to up level, where you'd like to invite more fire, it's about embodying that power as if it was you already. So I became who I became by up-leveling my identity, by becoming the woman who I came here to be more and more and more and more. So feel into that. Like, do a little vision journey with me right now. Feel into the woman you are, if there's more fire, if there's more courage in your life, if there's more more of you. How would you feel? How would you act? How would you see your world? How would you go through your day? And if you imagine now, if you are with me right now on or around Lionsgate, then imagine going through a portal, going through that gate, going through that fiery, courageous, unapologetic gate, that portal. Just imagine. And take a few deep breaths. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And of course, if you want to take more time, take that time in silence or with music, journal a bit or dance it out. Really envisioning who you came here to be and what's the next embodiment of you, the next version of you, the innovation of you. Yeah. So welcome to this life. How are you feeling? And if you want, drop in the comments any questions you have right now. Is there like a topic you'd like me to speak on? Just put it in the comments and I will get to that right away. And then after that, I will talk about the mystery offer that I put out, my first English offer. And just because there was some desire for clarity, I'm going to talk again about how my business is going to be in English and German, and then also the ideas and plans I just made today. So you are informed. Is there anything you'd like me to speak on? Put it in the comments. Any topic, any questions? I'm going to take the time right now. So if there's anything, put it in the comments. As long as you're gathering what's there right now for you, I'm going to speak on where I'm at right now. So I just came back with my family to Costa Rica. This is the country that we emigrated to 2021 in the summer. And we now came back and we are here. And we've just been in Germany for 4 months. So I've traveled and I also went to Miami for 2 weeks, but overall, you know, energetically and like for that journey, we were now in Germany, and I really had the biggest up level yet in my whole life. Like, I really feel new. I really feel my nervous system regulated in a way I've never felt it before. I feel peace like I never felt before. And I feel like I am present like never before. And so I feel really ready for the next evolution of me and also my business. And I'm going to talk about that a little later, what that means. But one of it is the mystery offer. One part of it is the mystery offer. Okay, there's things you drop. Thank you. All right, let me talk about that. Power and impact in leading 2 languages in business. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Well, what that is about to me is evolution and listening to my soul purpose, to my soul. So when I started Julia's Spiritual Living back in 2017, I already felt and was clear on wanting to do the business in English and German. But then when I started doing my German YouTube channel and my German Instagram, and then adding also my German podcast, I quickly realized that, especially as a manifestor, as a non-energy type, as a mom, and you know, all the different layers of my life, I wanted to really enjoy and be present. I didn't feel like I could or wanted to build it up in both languages. But I did start it off right away internationally. That's why it was called from the beginning Julia's Spiritual Living. It was called juliaspiritualliving.com, like my website. Like I named the things in English right away. And when we emigrated, mid 2021, I didn't get a US LLC like many people do, get the firm in America. I got it here in Costa Rica so that I could not only be tax-free in Germany with my business, but also in America whenever I would start with my business in English, because we have the territorial tax law here in Costa Rica. That means if you have buyers from any other country but Costa Rica, that money is tax-free. So I always prepared it like that, and I always felt it was going to come. But whenever I acted on it, it didn't feel aligned. The energy quickly dissipated. And whatever I do it with all my heart and all my soul. And if it doesn't feel like my whole heart, my whole soul, and my whole yoni is with it, I don't do the things. I just don't, because I know it's not meant to be happening in that moment. So in these past month, what actually started happening is that in October 2022, I really had a huge awakening to all like the garbage in my life and all the, like, you know, metaphorically speaking, like the dirt in my life, and where I was still very entangled in the, you know, in the drama triangle. And I was very much feeling like in the washer, like in a, how do you say, your washing machine, like you're being like thrown around. And I went through the biggest cleanup of my life. And my business, like the energy in my business also came down in all the ways. And again, when I asked why, like really honestly, again and again, the answer that came was that the universe was really helping me understand that I need to step into serving internationally. Because the way I operate and the things I bring isn't for everyone. It's not just for everyone, it's for not so many people. Because not so many people, truthfully, are trailblazing the way like I do. In growing and acting and like going through evolution after evolution. Not many people grasp what I want to say. And so I really am here for trailblazers. I really am here for those who are visionaries and who act on it. Like not just dreamers, people who act on it, people who dare greatly. And so again and again, since October, I felt this is happening now. And so here we are, and I feel it in my body every day. This is what's supposed to be happening now. This is how I can serve best. And to me, it's not at all like I need to do this in English to be successful or whatever. I honestly, I've made over 4 million euros these past 5 years. So money alone doesn't even motivate me anymore. It doesn't. Like making my next million doesn't motivate me because I know how to do that. And I know I've done it. And I have all the beautiful things you can buy from it. And I can afford all the magic that I'd like to experience already. And so the money doesn't motivate me. So what motivates me is making a bigger difference. Like really, the question that I ask myself since I've watched The Greatest Showman in November, because I feel like he's a manifestor too. Like the character of The Greatest Showman to me is a manifestor. And when I watched that movie, I was like, wow, how can I serve more? Like, how can I, with my business, have more impact? How can this really make a big difference in the world? How can I not just, do another course like other people do, or even like have copied my stuff and like are teaching my things? How can I innovate? Because that's who I am here to be as a manifestor. I go new ways. I'm the trailblazer. I'm here to innovate all the time, and I do. So what is this about? So for me, doing this in English now and also German, of course. I'm not going to stop doing that because I love my people. You know, I love all my people, love my community so much, like so much. Like I appreciate every woman that's walked with me, like so freaking much, so much. But actually being able to talk to any soul on this earth, if they want to understand me, then they can. Because English is the language that, you know, is most accessible, is the one that, you know, we, wherever we go in the world, mostly learn as a second or third language to get around this globe. So to me, it's about being able to attract my people on this earth and being able to serve anyone who I am here for to serve. Yeah. And that feels very true to me. That feels very powerful to me. Yeah. And it feels right. Yeah. So if there's more questions on that, put it in the comments, everyone. Second question. What's when I'm blocked in my wishes? If you're blocked in your wishes, first of all, I would ask myself, why do I need to be clear on what I want right now? Like, why do I think I am blocked? Because maybe I'm just not meant to wish anything right now. Maybe I'm just meant to be in the void. Maybe I'm meant to be empty right now. Maybe I'm supposed to empty myself out right now. So the first question that I'd ask myself, if I'd ask myself, what's when I'm blocked in my wishes? I would ask myself, am I trying to control right now? And if so, can I just drop that question, that wish to wish? Because if anything is perfect in any moment, which I assume always, then why would I need it to be different than it is? Why? And then if you say, well, what I would like to be clear because I'm being asked, you know, to pick a color or to pick a dish to eat or whatever, then I would feel into my body and really connect to my authority, especially in human design, because I just love to work with that concept. So what's your authority in human design? And then how do you feel in your body, what you wish, what you desire? How do you feel in your body when something's right for you? And I would attune to that. And I would drop all the expectations and just really attune to the now, to the moment of what is alive in the moment. Yeah. How do I hold myself in emotions and fears and integrate them? Yeah, that's like the biggest question of the last years of the evolution of my private life and of course my business. And the way I go about it is, well, actually, you know, like the biggest thing about it that I recently also am noticing in my community is the same as the last question, kind of, that when any kind of emotion visits me, flows through me, I allow myself to flow with them. The biggest block that we have, especially as women, is that we want to control the emotions and then we block them, like we hold on to them. And we're trying to control them, we're trying to dissolve them, trying to like make them go away. But really what I'm finding is that the more we really, really truthfully learn the feminine path, there we surrender to what is. And so if I surrender to what is, which I do, then I wake up and I have all the rage in my body, or I don't know, I connect to my partner sexually and then I notice how sadness comes up, and I recognize this. I mostly speak it out loud, or, you know, I recognize it. I say, I'm feeling rage. Oh, I'm feeling sadness. And the biggest healing point around this, first of all, recognition, like that's what's there right now. And then that's perfect, obviously. Even if I don't like the feeling, because I'd rather like to feel joy, I can say that's what's there right now. So it is perfect. because it's there right now. And then the second thing for me is really understanding that even saying I am angry or I am sad is making it mean something already. Now, we want to be so careful around what we make it mean, because we so quickly make it mean, my day is ruined, I didn't get to be happy today, I'm a failure, you know? Instead of, even better than saying, oh, I'm angry right now, I'm sad right now, we can say, the sensation in my body is that my chest right now is tightening. The sensation in my body is that there's like a fire, like a pinching fire in my belly, and it's not pleasant. So really not making it mean anything, if that making it mean anything isn't gonna serve me. So what I mean by that, if I make it mean healing, perfect. If I make it mean I hold power, perfect. If I make it mean Shakti, the great energy, is visiting me and I am grateful that she's visiting me with such power, perfect. But if I make it mean that that is wrong right now and it should be different, I'm already in a fight with my life, with what is, with my power. And that is the whole, like, why we got it all wrong, you know? Why we got it all wrong. So if I have a sensation in any moment or a fear coming up, I notice, I recognize, and I let it be okay. And I rather, and that's really the only question that I ask myself in that moment, is not how do I get rid of it? I do not want to get rid of anything. Why would I? It's perfect. But what I ask is, how can I support myself best in this moment so the energy can move freely through me? Because that is actually my purpose in that moment. That's what my exercise is in that moment. That's what we are supposed to be doing. I hope that serves you and anyone listening, of course. How you guys doing? Put it in the comments. How are you feeling? What's up for you? Is there anything you'd like me to talk about? Any topic, any questions? I so much love this contemplation. I am so happy about that. Amazing. I love you too. Aww. Thank you for all your work, and especially for all your free work you provide and give people access even they have no or not so much money. Of course, I will always do that. Always. On what things do you invest? I invest first and foremost in my health, in my spiritual health, in my mental health. I invest in amazing food. And as I have as my super sense, my best sense in human design is the outer vision. And so I invest in luxury that nourishes my outer vision. So it's jewelry, it's beautiful clothing, and mostly it's things that are really good quality, that are really natural, that are woman-based businesses. I do invest in the same kind of work that I give. That's why I think it's so powerful, you know, online courses. I do invest with Melanie and Leah. She's my mentor since 2021. I invest with Maya Knight. She's a beautiful, beautiful somatic mentor that I have. And with Amy Elizabeth, she's a human design coach, and she's just amazing. She just really gets me. And what else? I do invest in anything that gives me peace, which is my alignment as a manifestor, that gives me beauty, and that brings me pleasure in all the ways, and all the, like, with all the senses. Yeah, so that's what I invest and mostly it's experiences, more than jewelry. Well, probably the same as jewelry and clothing, because to me it's a ceremony every day to pick my jewelry, every day to adorn myself. It's like something that makes me so freaking happy. And sometimes I don't even leave the house, and I don't even go live on Instagram or anything. I don't film. I just do that for myself. I do that for me, to adorn, to play. So that makes me very happy. But then anything around food, around traveling, around like my evolution, yeah. And as a 3 line in human design, which is my first line, like the traveling and the adventures are really important for my evolution. It's something that I, that makes it that I can teach more and more and more things. So I love nourishing that. Like even these past 4 months and traveling in Germany, it has been my biggest evolution since we emigrated. So quite a few things will change because of that. Yeah. All right. I see all of you coming live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What is your zodiac sign? My zodiac sign is Virgo in the sun. Then in the moon we have Gemini, I think. Like this kind of like mind and like structure thing. And then in my, the third thing, we have the Sagittarius, Schütze. So that's my 3 line, basically, right? That's the crazy part, the wild part. Do you have any tips on how to connect to my heart and body and diving deep instead of just scratching the surface of consciousness? Again, why are you, judging? Why are you judging that you are just scratching the surface of consciousness? Maybe if you drop that judgment, you might find out you're not just scratching the surface of consciousness. You're right there in the middle of the juice and the void and the things, So before I personally want to evolve in any way, or like the base for me to evolve is looking at the judgments. Where do I make whatever I experience, whatever I do, whoever I am in this moment, make it mean anything that's not serving my evolution? What if you took on that thought that you are, in fact, not at all just scratching the surface of consciousness, that you are, in fact, diving so deep into your evolution that only this judgment comes up because you would like it to go so much quicker and like you'd like to see all the things in 3D, and so you're making it mean because these things are not there yet that you are just scratching the surface. And so what I'm inviting you in is really to drop that judgment and to feel into what does my heart desire right now? What do I want to experience? If anything at all that I experience is here, how am I alive with all my senses? How am I feeling pleasure with whatever is here? Even the rage, even the sadness, even whatever it may be. How do I plan for my next week and for my next month that beautiful things are going to happen just as much as making this day so beautiful with whatever tools are available to you? And then from that point on, I ask myself, what do I desire? Where do I want to deepen on this evolution? Where do I want to learn more? Where do I want to, dive deeper into this spiritual and personal growth work? But not because I have to. Not because I'm scratching the surface. I cannot be. I'm asking all the questions. I'm wanting all the depth. So I cannot be scratching the surface. So what is it that I want to deepen? Yeah, I leave it at that in the moment because connecting to your heart for me is that, and to your body. Yeah, really being in touch there in this way. I hope this serves. All right, I'm seeing all you on here. I am so happy. I'm so happy. Okay. What character traits do you appreciate in others? Ooh, that's an amazing question. I love it. I pulled it right here. Can you see it? Amazing, right? Okay, so what I love in others, first and foremost, like the most important thing that I love in you, if you have it, is your authenticity. And the kind of people that I like, they are so different. Some of them are not spiritual at all, but because they are themselves in all the ways, and they make me feel so safe to be me and to be big and to be bold. So I like all the people that are just themselves, that allow themselves to be that quiet that they want to be, that loud that they want to be, that to have their opinion, whoever else has it in a room, even if no one else. I love people who really have the capacity and the capability to be themselves again or still. And that I enjoy, I appreciate just in the biggest way, because it's easiest for me then to be me. and to feel safe. I love authenticity. I really, and I mean that kind of authenticity too, that where I can feel they are themselves, not spiritual bypassing. So I do not like, and I do not feel if people are not reflecting themselves. So that would be the second thing, like the authenticity. But the second piece for me is the self-reflection. And if I'm talking to a person that's not self-reflecting, that's not wanting to grow, that's not wanting to look where their own responsibility lies in any moment, I'm kind of out. I don't want it. I don't want to relate or interact in any kind of way, because yeah, I love that in any moment, like every freaking day. I love self-reflecting. I love, leveling and stepping up in my self-responsibility every day. And so yeah, like if the other person doesn't want to do it, I don't really want to be like friends. Yeah. And then the third thing is fun, humor. I love humor. I just like if you were with me every day, like literally in the worst moments, I find humor. In any kind of bad moment, like I joke. And it's not like a trauma response. It really is how I see life. I'm like, whoa, great universe. Thank you for that. That was not cool at all. Not pleasant at all. Thank you. I am very looking forward to unpacking that present later, because right now I do not understand. I am very pissed off. But I love humor so much. It's all about humor for me. So if you make me laugh, I kind of really, really like you. Yeah. So thank you for that question. That was fun. Okay, how can you be and stay in your feminine when single and want to be financially independent? Ooh, I love that question. That's such a good question. You guys are my community, because these questions are also amazing. Okay, amazing question. So I said that before, but so good. I want to say it again. So if I am single, and if I were single, because I'm not, but if I were, and I want to be financially independent, I would first of all drop the limiting belief that I can see in that question that says, obviously, right, you're asking very consciously, but still says, kind of, right, it says, it is hard to be financially independent and feminine at the same time when being single. So the first thing here is, recognizing, ooh, I made that a limiting belief. And then dropping the limiting belief in understanding I can be financially independent just as easily single as in a relationship. I can also believe I can either have love or success and then not at all be successful anymore when I am in a relationship, because that is what I believe. I can have a limiting belief in either situation, and now to your question, I can understand that I can be financially independent in any situation, in any kind of relationship or not, any moment. And how that's working is that I'm really tapping into my magnetism, into attracting through magnetizing wealth, money, abundance, with starting to see all the abundance in my life already. Because if I do see lack, I am in the mentality of lack. I'm in the mentality of, I do not have enough yet. I don't have that yet. It's hard for me. Instead of all the things that are already working, all the things that are already amazing. So it start right there. Yes. All right, that was another cue in that little thingy. Here's a German question. Sprichst du Lichtsprache? Are you speaking light language? And I don't know if there's like a specific light language that you're referring to, then I would say no. If you're referring to spiritual and energetic language, I would say absolutely yes. I take in the light language of the sun all the time. I do not need and use sunscreen at all. As a matter of fact, I think most of the time it's very toxic, and the thing that brings us cancer is not the sun, it's the sunscreen. I'm just, and in this moment, because that's a provocative and triggering thing to say, I just want to put a little boundary up, okay? A little boundary, which is that here on this channel, I say all the things I find true. I am not inviting you to tell me that is wrong, because I would never do that if you told me something that you believe in. I would just appreciate your honesty and your opinion. So if ever you give me your feedback that I didn't ask for, I will just immediately block you. That's just what I do. I do not hold any grudges. I love that you have that strong opinion if you share it in that way, but I respect free speech and your truthful opinion and my truthful opinion so much. And this is the word that I'm co-creating, that I just am very clear on my boundaries in this way. Okay, that was it around boundaries. But so, and of course, right, if you have a different skin tone, then it's important to go into the shade, to maybe find a sunscreen that's not toxic, to, you know, use whatever you want to use. But to me, the sun is the most amazing way for me to feel nourished, for me to receive light information. And so this is what I do most. And then also I have all the channels defined, this and this channel defined in human design. So really I'm channeling all the time, all the freaking time, all the time. And if we work together and say I'm holding a masterclass, I can prepare it, and sometimes I do, but it doesn't make so much sense for me. Like all the stuff just comes through in that very, very moment. Oh, Pam, hi. Love everything you are saying. So happy to hear you in English so I can understand. Yes. Oh my gosh. I love you. Okay. Just a little happy to have you here. Okay. All right. That was that question. Then there was one more question. What can I do if I feel not aligned or connected to celestial events like Lionsgate? Then you just don't. Again, I'm seeing a pattern already here in my community, and I invite everyone who's watching this right now. Where do you believe that you are supposed to feel or do or believe something, when in fact you're just making it hard for yourself? It can be so much easier when you just drop that expectation for yourself. You don't have to connect to Lionsgate. If you're not feeling connected, you don't have to. Do something that you feel connected to. Why would you try if something else is so much easier? Why are we creating problems? Tell me. You know? I mean, I understand why. We are very, very, very used to, how do you say Kontrollzwang in English? Like that control freaking thing that we women are used to. Like we got to drop that. To really tap into our feminine, we got to drop that. We really do, especially in relationships. And also in our, I should do this, I should think this, I should feel this. No, you should not. You should what's happening, because that's what's happening. And then how do you support yourself in this moment? And this is really how easy it can be. And with easy, I don't mean that there's not heavy emotions, that they're, you know, you're not going to feel dizzy. I don't mean that. I mean that you can really attune to the flow of your life, you know, and not interfere that much in thinking you have to control it. Yeah. Here's the question. If my offer is going to be for German people, I'm going to talk to you about that in a moment. So we have like a clear space. How do I integrate feelings, emotions, fears? How does it practically work? I kind of answered that already, so I'm going to leave it at that. Who did you tech your body to be saved with more money? Who did you tech your body? I guess you mean like bio-teching it, right? Maybe like, how did I... yeah, I understand. Okay, I think I understand. Well, of course, I very much looked at the patterns that I had around money. And that is an evolution too, you know, it's an evolution too. Because it was very different in the beginning when I made however much, like 10,000 or 1,000 euros instead of making 100,000 or even 1 million. And that's very different with having a company, with having costs of like 20,000 or 50,000 a month, you know, for a team, for example. And also looking at the biggest shift for me has been, especially in the last year and thus, looking where I was still in the drama triangle, for me, looking at where I'm still trying to save everyone with all my money and thinking I have to. Yeah. when I cannot at all, in fact. Yeah. And so that's the biggest thing for me. But yeah, I constantly look at where do I give money all the power, or where do I give it power at all? Why do I not appreciate it? And it refers to like any kind of relationship, really. Yeah. Yes, how did you show your body it's safe to have more money? Okay, that's what you meant. I never felt, and you're asking a manifestor, like I never felt like it's not safe. Yeah. You know, just another thing with me, you can ask me how questions for you. So my favorite kind of questions are the kind of questions that I feel like in the English market, everyone's saying you shouldn't ask, but for me, it's the best way. So if you ask me, how can I feel safe with more money, then it's easier to answer for me. Because most of the time, if you ask me these kind of questions, I will tell you it's always been safe. You know, like when you guys ask me, how did you find the courage? How did you make your business happen? I'll always just tell you, I just did it. I just do the things because I dream big and I go big. That's who I'm here to be as a manifestor. That's, I can hold a lot, like all the energy in the world. I can hold space for so many people, for deep depth, like for deep, deep, deep emotions. And so I made my first money when I was 9 years old when I acted for TV in Germany. I made my money when I was 16 giving dance lessons. I got a scholarship to go to the US when I was 15 and 16. So I always money came easy for me because early on, since I've been 9 years old, actually, I've been serving, right? With like acting, dancing, teaching dance, and attracting money because of that. So for me, actually my how I am wired since early on is it's easy to make money when you serve and you give your gifts to the world, and so for you and anyone, right, it's important to look at where do I give it all the power, where do I need validation from money, through money, what do I make it mean? All the things that are bad I would look at. What do I make it mean? And all the things that are bad, that are not cool, that I like, also like a codependency with money, basically. Yeah, I'd look at that. I would look at that. Yeah, that's a very good question. You guys are asking amazing questions. I'm going to say this question in German and I'm going to translate in English. Kannst du uns etwas über dein Trauma-Bonding mit deinem Herzmann erzählen? Wie habt ihr das gelöst? So the question is, can you tell us about your trauma bonding with your man? And then how did you guys dissolve it? And I would like to dedicate this to an extra life. We're actually gonna go live together in German. We're gonna record a podcast because in September, the second version in Germany is coming of Goddess and Love Warrior, Göttin und Liebeskrieger. It's gonna be the updated. Maybe we're even gonna sell it out. So all that is gonna come very, very, very soon. All right, so I'm gonna give it like space for individually for a live and the podcast and all the things. How can I show my body? So we had that question. You're so welcome. I hope this serves. And if there's another question coming up for you, put it in the comments. Okay. Okay. Let me scroll through. Okay, we've got it. Amazing people. We've got it. So. 2, thank you so much, first of all. Thank you. Yes, clarity is what you can get from me. So just if you're new to my world, I'm not going to talk about me so much right now, but I'm Julia. Hi. And what you can expect from me is clarity, big visions and acting on them, like big rooms and a space that is held as safe as you have never experienced it before. So deep and so high as we can go. This is what you can expect from me. Always. I'm always grounded. I'm always right here, self-reflecting, looking at where can I grow my self-responsibility. And then the way I've been holding space is just, I can really hold anything because I've gone there in myself, in my evolution, and this is what I'm here for. And clarity is one of the pieces that are just most important to me. Like I hate when things are not clear. So you're always going to get clarity from me, always. And if something's unclear, you can always ask me. I'm here for clarity, always, always, always. Because clarity brings safety. And I want you to feel safe in my world, always. Yeah. Okay, so thank you for this beautiful gathering. I'm now going to talk about the mystery offer. Okay, I'm so excited. I'm really happy about it. And how this is all going to evolve in English and German. Okay, so as you maybe have seen in my Instagram stories, there's a mystery offer that I put out. And I have been brewing the beautiful offers and the beautiful things that I want to teach. And when I travel and there's a lot of things happening for me, packing, unpacking, meeting all the people, as a non-energy type that I am, the manifestor, I don't like to launch things because I want you to get me in all of my energy, you know? And so being back now in Costa Rica, I'm on, and I will be here for quite a few months. And so I'm right here, and it just hit me during body work, during my massage, that now is the time. And I had this beautiful idea of making it a mystery offer in a way that it's not been done before. Like, people have done mystery offers. I actually know this from my mentor, Melanie and Leah. She does invisible offers. So from her, I have the idea when she did it like 2 years ago. But I adapted it and I innovated on it. So you're actually going to have, like, it's going to be a big surprise when I reveal it. You're going to find out there's like a plot twist. I'm so excited, honestly. And so you can get it right now for the lowest price point it will be. And I think on Saturday, we're going to reveal what it is. And you need to DM me because I'm not going to put the link out. And I need you to be in my inbox so I can, sorry, I'm just going to have to block someone. Okay, perfect. Because I need to be in contact with you. I need to ask you something on Saturday when it's revealed. And I'm so happy, like you can't imagine. I'm so happy, and I already know it's going to serve you so much, so much. So yeah, like check my stories. I can't tell more. What I can tell you, and that's been a question that of course it's going to be in English because this Instagram now is English and I'm talking to you in English and the offer is in English. So it's going to be in English. And what do you mean if I can talk German? Yes, I can. It's my mother tongue. What do you mean? How do you mean that question? And then the offers, the offer itself is going to be in English. Yeah. And then if you're wanting to learn in German from me, if that's the question you're speaking, but you're understanding this, then I feel like you can, get that offer. But if not, you have my Goddess membership. You have all the beautiful, beautiful curated offers that I have in German. You can really appreciate those and understand that there's nothing else you need. Not look for the lack, but see the abundance. So on Saturday, I'm going to let you know, and you're going to freak out. So get in there. Check it out in my stories and DM me if you want the link. Okay. And then the last piece of this life is going to be the clarity that I have regarding my English and my German work. So this Instagram is going to be entirely English as it is already. And I'm even going to stop putting a few things that I still put in German in the story. I will stop that. However, I once started an Instagram channel. It was called Luxury Goddess Global. I was going to, build that in English. And I actually will put that in German. It's going to be called, it's already called right now, that Joy Spiritual Living, like the _ Julia. And, Joy Spiritual Living Deutsch. Joy Spiritual Living German. In German, it's called. Because there I might go live with my husband and, give you a few pieces in German. However, I'm not going to be on Instagram so much more in German language. It's really all going to be in English. But what I want to do in German is give you a new podcast. Because I really feel, if you've been in my world long enough, you know my first podcast. It was called Spiritual Woman. And it was people's favorite podcast. Like people loved that podcast. But when I emigrated, I felt like I've outgrown it, and an evolution really wanted to come forth. And so I raised the podcast. Everyone who's in my Luxury Goddess flat rate has it, but it's not there anymore. And so, like, openly, right? And so with my emigration, I put the new podcast, the woman behind Luxury Goddess, because I was really receiving that brand, Luxury Goddess. But it's never been the same. And of course, it shouldn't be the same. We're changing. It's changing. But I really, really, really truthfully am feeling the shift of all the things in all the ways right now. And I'm feeling the evolution of me and the brand. And so I'm going to give you guys a new podcast. It's going to be called Activations of a Trailblazer. It's going to be in German. Even the title is going to be Aktivierungen einer Vorreiterin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask all my clients what their wishes are for the podcast, like what their questions are, what their topics are. And I want this to be everyone's favorite podcast again. Like, I just want to serve. I just want to serve with this podcast. I want you to listen to this and just feel really activated and like triggered in the best way, because that's just what I'm here for, like to activate you. I want you to feel nourished. I want you to feel safe. I want you to feel prepared to be in this world. And I just want to gift you this podcast. Like, I really want to gift this to my German community. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to erase my Luxury Goddess podcast again. It's going to stay on YouTube, but I'm going to erase the podcast itself. I'm going to try to just name it new. I already have the picture. That's why I had a shooting with a horse recently, because in German the word trailblazer is actually like riding a horse, like with a word, Vorreiterin. So I wanted a picture on the horse, so we did it. That's going to be the cover picture. And I'm actually going to start very soon with that, like this or next week, probably next week. I'm going to bring back the music of my first podcast. And I want this to be everyone's favorite podcast again. Like, everyone who's my people, of course, right? And I just really want to start with our podcast. Like, I really want you to feel like this is my favorite podcast. That's my goal. So that's what I'm going to do in German. And then, of course, I have the Goddess membership, which is amazing, which has had like this beautiful masterclass about conflictability. So if you're not in there, I don't get it. It's your thing. I can't do anything about it, because I know you should be in there. And if you're not, like, you're doing your thing, right? Same with No More Drama, No More Trauma. It's getting the most amazing update right now in September. So if you're not in there yet, you can pay in 24 payments. Like, get in there. Get in there. In German language. Yeah. And then what I'm going to do in August now too, like for sure, is the menstruation course for girls. I mean, I'm going to do it in English and German, and it's going to be for free. And I'm going to need you guys to spread it with me. Like, I really need you to spread it with me, so we can reach all the girls that are going to want to have this course, so that I feel prepared to menstruate and that they love menstruating. That's what I want to do. So these are the things, and I'm really looking at how I can serve in a bigger way, and how this can reach people in the best way, in an innovative way where, I'm not like, to me, this isn't a market and we're battling the market. Like, that's not what's happening. To me, what's happening is that we're all here to serve, and I'm asking myself, how can I serve in the biggest way? So that, because then I feel fulfilled, and then I know I'm serving in the best way, right? So that's what's up. And also what I really feel, and I've been moving this with my emotional authority, but I really feel clear right now, I want to start an English podcast. However, that podcast is only going to be for manifestors. Yeah, because I have so much to teach on that. I just want to share that. So all these things are happening, step by step. I'm going to do all that. But yeah, that's what's happening. So here we are. And if you speak English, get in my mystery offer. You will love it so much. Get in my DMs and get it, because you will be so happy about it. Okay, my beautiful friends, this is it for now. On Saturday, I might come live again for the reveal. And after that, I might come live again and again for specific reasons that you will understand then once you know what the offer is about. And then it will be happening in August. Ooh, I just revealed that. Oops. It's really hard for me to not spill the tea. Like, so hard, you know? So here we are. Anyway, thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate you so much. And I want you to know, if you've been with me for a long time, you speak German, like, I love you so much. I appreciate you so much. I want to continue working with you, either in German or English, whatever you prefer. I'm right here. I love you so much. I want to serve. And if you're new to my world in German or English, like, let's get this party starting, you know? Let's really rock this ship, and let's really trailblaze the way for new ways for us to be regulated, our nervous systems, for us to be happy, for us to feel peaceful, for us to feel pleasure, and to serve from that place, right? So that we really make an impact in this world. And that's also another answer to the question of, like, power and impact. I serve from a full cup, always, you know? Like, I feel so happy in my life, so happy. I feel happy with myself, with my son, with my husband, with my community, with my friends. I feel so happy. I feel so blessed. So I don't need you to buy. I don't need my business to be a certain way, you know? Like, I want to do this because I love it. This is what I'm here for, you know? But I don't need you to be a certain way. In fact, I want you to feel free. I want you to feel safe in my world. I want you to feel on fire, like, in the best way, you know? Like, activate it. And yeah, so here we are. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Have a beautiful, whatever time it is, you know, like afternoon, night, like all that. And I will see you when you choose to interact with me the next time. Get the mystery offer. Send me a DM. Get the link now. And I hope to see you there. And in any way that's aligned for you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Bye-bye.